Hi-do, friends. Welcome to another episode of Trekking Tuesday. Wow, it has been a while, hasn't it? There's a lot going on and we need to catch up on. Let's start out with the weather conditions today. Beautiful. 64 degrees at the trailhead. Supposed to be a high of 73. 20% chance of rain after 9 o'clock tonight, so we don't have to worry about that. See, what am I doing today? Well, I'm going to head down to the River Cane shelter and see how it's doing. I think it's been about 3 years since I built it. I need to decide if I want to leave it up, take the roof off, put a new one on it, or dismantle it and leave the area like I found it. We'll figure that out when we get there. Pack of choice today is going to be the multiple use pack. I've got everything I need for a day and possibly if I get in trouble for an overnight. Why do I mention getting in trouble? Well, I'm moving a little slower than normal. I'm like, oh my lord, there's a big spider on me. Hang on. In my trip to Arkansas, I had a leg malfunction. I'm still not 100% yet, so I'm not moving as fast as I normally would. We're going to keep the mileage down to 2 miles in, 2 miles out. Yeah. Any more than that, it could be problems. If you're wondering, yes, the freaking ticks are out in full force, along with the spiders. And as it gets a little warmer today, I have a feeling we might see a couple snakes, which I freaking hate. All right, we need to achieve our first goal. Then when we get there, I'll talk about my trip, what all went on down there. And birds are throwing stuff at me. And let's get our day camp set up. And then we'll decide if we're going to shoot a video or not. This, friends, is where we cut in at. But I want to show you this real quick. This has seriously been recently cut. Look at that. It's just still dripping. Yep, there's the marks right there. Interesting. But I'm not too worried about it because we've went through so many spider webs. I feel I've become one with them. Yeah, they're everywhere. All right, we cut in here. And the trick is, try not to leave a path. Somebody has marked this whole trail with trail markers. I'm not sure why. It's pretty hard to get lost next to a river. Yeah, trying to not stomp down too much vegetation here so nobody knows I came in. That looks good. Whew. Well, this ground is really soft. There she is. Still there. I can't believe it's still standing after 3 years. 0 maintenance. Can you believe that? Impressive. Question is, how many snakes are living in that thing? Looks like we had some tree limbs fall on her. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to repair her. Probably going to take her down, I have a feeling. Very, very carefully. Whew. Impressive, though. Still there. You know what? Let's take the roof off, and then I'll decide. But first, we need to set up a nice little day camp. I've got a couple options here. This tree looks promising. That one, not so much. We wander around. We'll find a nice place for our day camp set up. I don't like this tree because it's not poison ivy. Oh, wait a minute. It could be poison oak. All right, let me get back to you on that. I've decided to go with this tree here on that tree there. They're firmly in the ground. I cut some of that vine away. We have stinging nettles below me, but I'm not too worried about them. First thing we're going to do is we're going to shut... whoa, that hurt the leg. We're going to go ahead and shut Elizabeth off. Let's check our stats real quick here. Let's get you down where you can see. We were on the trail for 55 minutes, I would say. 1.7 miles, not too bad. Yeah, I kept under my 2-mile mark. That's kind of what I wanted.
Monitoring stopped.
So we'll get her shut off and save phone battery. And let's break out my shelter system for the day. Let's take a look at the shelter system I am using. First, it's the appearance of the Eno double-nested hammock, because I don't want to lay on the ground during tick and flea season, at least the beginning of it. I'll tell you what, if you don't mind carrying the extra weight in your pack, these are actually tie downs that you use to hold cargo in your truck or van, and I cut the hooks off of them, and they make some of the best freaking tree straps I've ever seen. Easy to adjust. They grab the tree without leaving a scar in it. They're perfect, but they are a little heavy. Of course, we've got the pack here hung up on the ridge line for the tarp. This is that rain fly from a homeless camp. I liberated it a couple years ago from the Kansas River, and I'm still using it. In fact, I took this to Arkansas on my very first trip, and it got caught in a nice little rainstorm and windstorm, and we kind of ripped out some of the grommets there, but it's still usable. But it didn't leak, surprisingly. Let's see, I crop dusted both trees along with the straps with a little of the good old, and I do recommend this. Where is it? It's in this pocket. The Deep Woods Dry. Use the dry, not the wet and oily, because it makes a mess everywhere. And the reason I did that is just to keep the ticks from crawling on my gear and coming down and get me when I take a siesta. Next, placement of the fire. I've decided right here, we're going to make our fire pit. After I get that done, we're going to pull the roof off this shelter here and see if I can salvage it or not. And plus, I want to get all this dry material spread out before I do make a fire, just in case. After pulling the roof off, the tree bark was doing pretty good. The river cane is just disintegrated. The structure's not bad, honestly. I could salvage it. There's not a lot of dry rot. She could do probably another year. The bed's in perfect condition. I seen 2 field mice running out from under there, so I'm somewhat confident there's no snakes. We're still going to be very careful when we pull that bed apart. I'm going to disperse that bark a little bit more. That way it can dry rot faster. Of course, we got to pull all this cordage off and take it with us because it is man-made. You know, honestly, I think I'm going to go ahead and take it all the way out. I do believe it's time. I really don't see me using it. I don't get out to this part of the park that much. There's a reason for that, but anyway. I found this. I don't know what the hell that is. I guess the mice made a nest out of it or something. I think the next thing I'm going to do, since I've got the roof pretty much down, I'm going to go ahead and get the fire started. Yeah, I'm going to burn up all this cordage. It burns pretty darn quick. temperature's coming up. I think we've at least hit the 70s finally. And once I get the fire going, I'm going to have a snack. Jessica got me these little protein packs. I'm going to try them out and see if they're any good. All right, fire time. We have fire. Let's take a look at these protein pack. Oh, that doesn't look half bad. Looks like we got roasted nuts. That's not bad. Beef jerky. Pretty good too. And of course my favorite, sunflower seeds. I think I'm going to chomp on this and relax for a little bit. Not bad at all. Man, that protein pack was good. Made me a little thirsty, not a big deal. And that darn hammock sucked me up. I almost freaking fell asleep. Not good. We have a lot of stuff to do today. All right. We are going to disassemble that entire fire pit. Move some of the leaves out of the way. And then I'm going to set up for the video because I want to get what's left in the shelter in it because it's the last time it's going to be up. So kind of a sentimental thing. And then we'll move all this wood over there. Oh boy. And I'm not sure what this green thing. You know what? Let's just go ahead and see if this will burn. Get rid of that right away. I think that's what the mice were using for their nest. They're not going to be happy with me. Video is done. I did like multi-shots coming in, so I did a camera there, did something over there with the camera, put one over there. The whole video is probably going to be 6, maybe 7 minutes long, enough to get my point across. We have managed to burn up all the wood that I used for the fire reflective wall. That is it right there. Now, we come over to the shelter. You notice I've completely removed the raised bed, chopped up all the wood for the raised bed. Now, obviously, we're not going to burn that today. I have a feeling I'm coming back several different times. I'm really comfortable here. So we're going to take all this wood, pile it up there for later, and then we're going to disassemble this frame and then kind of spread all this debris out so it starts to biodegrade naturally. I'm thinking it is probably 3:30 we're looking at. And we're going to have to start thinking about dinner in a little bit. But we need to get all this taken care of first. Oh my, I cracked myself up. I just scared the shit out of a mushroom hunter. Alright, so what we're doing next is we're going to go through all this and make sure we got all the cordage out of the area. And then, well, there's a piece right there. And then process the rest of this wood and take the cordage off and make sure we dispose of that properly. I do not think we're going to put any more wood on the fire. Yeah, I think I've got a good bed of coals for dinner. So let's get this taken care of and then we'll talk about dinner. Time to decide what to have for dinner before we start packing up and heading out. Yeah, it's clouding up a little bit more. I was hoping for chicken noodle soup. I have no chicken noodle soup. I'm bummed out, man. But we got the biscuits au gravy, so I think I'm going to go with that instead. Gotta be really careful. I did not pack as much water as I thought I should. Let's see how much is left in there. Oh, feels like one. Yeah. Let's see what else we got. Nope, that's it. One packet, or one 16-ounce of water left. No worries, we still got a full 32 over here. I filled it up with one of the other water bottles, so we're good to have some with our dinner and to drink and get out of here. We got a nice bed of coals, so we're good in that department. Let me see what we're going to use here. How much water do we need for this little guy? I usually just pour it in there, but I don't want to waste any. Cup, and can't see that without my spectacles. I'm going to say 3/4. So 8.5 plus ounces of water. Okay, we'll have enough water left over to drink with the meal. Let's get that going now. So, while I'm getting my water on to boil, do we have another mushroom hunter? We do not. Let's talk a little bit about the trip. It was a freaking blast, I'm telling you right now, friends. I am so grateful, and I'd like to give a shout out to Jason and Chris of the Parker Ridges for allowing us to stay on our property, to harvest water from their well, and taking time off work to show us around the area. Because of them, we got to see a cemetery, a homestead, and some other things that you wouldn't get to see. That was so great of them. Also, Chris of Wyndham Woodcraft was there, and his son Aiden. They hung out with us. And of course, it was Jessica came with. Yep, she did. Billy Joe, Lisa, and Mr. Cram. And we had a great, I think we were down there 5 or 6 days and had a great freaking time doing a lot of exploring. As far as videos go, I do believe Chris of Wyndham Woodcraft, he's going to put one out. And I know for sure Ken's definitely going to put one out. Billy Joe did one on the Jack Lures. You can check that out on his channel. He's already uploaded it. I thought it was freaking awesome. There were 3 Jack Lures in the same area. It was cool because Ken had one. He is from Texas. Chris from Maine. And then you had Billy Joe from Tennessee, and they were all in one area at the same time, which is pretty freaking rare, I think, personally. As far as me doing a video, oh man, I don't want to use all that water. Oh well. I really didn't do any. I did a couple live streams, and that was about it. I left most of the videoing to everybody else. Me and Jessica were really having a great time, just kind of hanging out, having a lot of fun. We'll leave that alone, shall we, folks? Another thing, you're going to be asking me if you did see the live stream. We were on top of the mountain, and we were talking about my injury. I kind of screwed my leg up a little bit. Well, I kind of screwed my leg up a lot of bit. It was really stupid. I don't know how I pulled it off. I'm just walking up a hill. Well, I was kind of jogging up the side of a hill, and all of a sudden my calf muscle just popped on me. It locked up. It was the most pain I've ever been in my life. Well, almost the most pain, but it was extremely painful. Didn't let it slow me down one bit. I still got out, did quite a bit of hiking while I was there. I was just a lot slower than the other people, but no big deal. As far as the Mountaineer goes, some of you know that I have been having trouble with the Mountaineer's transmission. The low, well, low volume pump's not working really well. So when I go below 1 RPM, it kind of has a hard time charging to back up or let the RPM drop. Or when I first started, worked fine. Once I had it charged up out there, worked great. It kept up with the Jeeps. It went places I didn't think it would go, and at one point we went airborne. Yeah, we had all 4 tires off the ground. So that worked out great. As far as finding property, we're still looking. I think Jessica is 100% on board now, so there's a good chance we might find something down there, hopefully. It was a great time, and I'm thinking about going back, not this coming month, but the month after that. Just going to go head down there. There's a couple more places I want to hike, and I want to spend the night on top of that mountain. But once again, I cannot thank Jason and Chris of the Parker Ridges enough for allowing us to come down there and hang out on their property. All right, let's get this water to a freaking boil, and we're going to have some biscuits and gravy. Well, crap, I was dozing in and out, and thank God Mr. Cram sent me a message. I looked up at the sky, and wow, it got kind of cloudy. And it's starting to get windy. We need to get this fire covered up as soon as possible before the wind really picks up, and get all this gear packed up, and we need to hike up towards the river and see what the heck is blowing in. I don't want to be out here with high winds. Yeah, this would not be a good spot. A lot of angry trees up there. We are packed up and ready to go. I am so tempted to hike down to the creek and check out the trains, but with the old leg injury, should not press my luck. Plus, I'm not exactly sure what's coming in. I want to show everybody something about these trench fires. They're awesome. Ah, something bit me. Oh well. But you gotta be really careful. Now, the soil has got clay in it. See it right there? Lots of clay. And when you're burying this, such as down by the river, notice we have a lot of ground roots here and all the way around. You want to make sure you do not accidentally bury some of the ground roots in with the trench fire. That could be a bad thing. Yeah, it's heating up real nice. So what's going to happen, this is going to heat up and it'll encase all the coals. And so if you come out here again, you're going to have some nice charcoal. So we don't have to worry about anything catching on fire. Plus, I think it's going to rain anyway. Let's see. Here she is. Let's fire up Elizabeth here. And no, you cannot see my access code. Let's get her going and track us out of here.
Monitoring started.
It should take us 40 minutes, theoretically, to get out of here. We'll find out. Hopefully. I'm not going to push it. Yeah. The old shelter is gone, and a little sad. That's all right. Yeah, it was up for 3 years. We'll make another one eventually. Okay, let's start hitting it. By the way, the mountain house was awesome. I don't know what the heck I did. If maybe leaving it in the bag longer than normal, maybe. I don't know. Let's try to find the best way out of here. But I tell you what, eating it in a hammock can get a little tricky. Yes, I did spill. I do not want to go through there. Let's go this way. I want to stay out of that river cane right now. Snakes are going to be on the move. So what we'll do is have this tree attack me. Very nice. Just going to skirt along the edge. And hopefully pop out by the river. And look at that. Stinging nettles. Starting to pop up. Okay, game trail. Let's take the game trail. We should do what we want. And as you can see, we have made it to the trail. There is a riverboat marker sign right there. And the river, pretty cloudy. Still can't tell what's coming in. Oh well. let's move fairly quickly to the trailhead. I do not have my rain gear with me. Yeah. What the? I swear, every time I come out here, I find something. What is this? Well, I guess it's a man's shirt.
177 yards. Average speed 35 yards per minute equal to 1.2 miles per hour.
All right, let's get going. We're making pretty good time, so I decided to stop down to the river for a minute, take a look at her. See where those pilings are? Right there. Let's actually kind of see them right here. At least ram those in the ground, build rocks up behind them, and try to keep the erosion down. As you can see, it's not working too well. Plus, the trailhead is right down there where that bridge is, so it's not that far away. River is coming down a little bit, but not a lot, because there is a winged dam right here that goes all the way out to about right over there. Yeah, that's still pretty high. Yeah, man, what a beautiful night. Okay, let's get going. I'm already in trouble. I got a phone call from Jessica. I am going to be eating something on the way home. Probably going to stop by Hardee's. Hi, a ham and cheese sandwich. Can't go wrong. We're officially back at the Mountaineer, and there's a lot of freaking people here. All right, let's close out our stats. Let's see, 1.7 miles. Not bad. 53 minutes on the trail. So let's call it today.
Monitoring stopped.
Shut this down, save our battery. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and give myself 4 miles today, including the walking around the camp. Yes. Let's hop in the Mountaineer and close this video out. Come on, Mountaineer, you can do it. You can do it. She's going. She's going. Hang on. Almost. Takes a while to charge her up. Hopefully before we get to the speed bump. Oh no. No. Okay, we made it. Jeez, there's a lot of people here today, friends. That's amazing, man. Probably because it's so nice out. That's kind of cool. Anyway, let's go ahead and... Oh, 2 chicks messing around in the middle of the street. We won't show that at the moment. Anyway, we had a great day today, man. I want to say we racked up 4 miles. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and give it to me. 4 miles. I think that's what we did. I'd have liked to go on down to the railroad tracks, but I just did not want to push it. Not with my leg being messed up. It doesn't hurt that bad, but I don't want to risk it. Got a video shot for YouTube called What Is It? Took down the shelter. I am a little saddened by that. But 3 years it had to go. Well, folks, that does it. Thanks for coming along with me on my journey, and I'll see you guys on YouTube.